Okay, this is part two of bad graphs. We're going to talk about line graphs and scatter plots this time. So from part one, you probably remember this acronym. If you're going to make a good graph, make sure that all 6 of these bullets are satisfied. And I'm going to show you several line and scatter plots that really do not satisfy many of these. So here we go. Here's our first line graph. Apparently, according to this, there is some game in between blackjack and bridge because you connected those points. That makes no sense whatsoever. Why on earth would you connect discrete categories? Also, why did these categories happen in this order? These categories could be in any other order. Did the person choose these categories because the lines go up? Also, there's no scale on the right. I have no idea what they're measuring. Horrible graph. Graph number 2. This one is completely indecipherable, and for some reason they just got lazy and left a couple of the horizontal axis labels out of there. They have no legend on the left-hand side. They don't tell me what each one of these plots means. Should these even be connected? It's impossible to tell because we don't know what we're actually graphing. Most of the time when you do a line graph, you're probably connecting them, but you're connecting them for bad reasons. If these are truly categories, then they should not be connected to each other. If it's possible that something did happen in between these points, then sure, go ahead and connect. Right, the ribbon plots, the horrible, horrible ribbon plots. I can tell where the ribbons are on the left-hand side, but as soon as they leave that left-hand axis, it is almost impossible to tell what height these ribbons actually have. Furthermore, are we supposed to be reading the front edge of the ribbons, the back edge of the ribbons? Are we supposed to be looking at the area of the ribbons? I'm really not sure how to read this. A couple of great ones from our friends Fox News. Let's see here. We've got December of 07 to September of 08. That's an equal spacing on the plot, but that's really not equal spacing. Then we've got a large space from September 08 to March 09. That actually is kind of a fairly short amount of time. Okay, and it shows a perfect linear trend. Is the slope really the same between these points? And then this one, my personal favorite, we've got a point at last year, a point at last week, and a point current, and they're equally spaced. That's absurd. Come on, people. Now, scatter plots. This one's kind of interesting. This scatter plot has the r-squared value on it and a title, but no labels on either one. So we have no idea what we're plotting. This could be number of frogs versus the number of dollars you made in an hour. Who knows? Next one. This is kind of a classic blunder for scatter plots. Just zooming in too much, you notice the scale here. They've zoomed in on the data that they have, but they've zoomed in so much that you can actually tell nothing. It just looks like a cloud. So when you're in here in Excel and you want to make line plots or scatter plots, click on the Insert tab, and let's look at what they have. Under line plots, they give you several options. Essentially, never use any of them. You can use line plots if you have discrete points where things can happen in between and it truly does make sense to connect them. Otherwise, you should never be in this menu. Scatter plots, they give you lots of options. Basically, all the ones at the bottom should be ignored. Top left is what you usually want, and on the top right, only use these if you are actually plotting a smooth function, a continuous function, and you know that the points should be connected to each other. Otherwise, there's no reason to be using that whatsoever. So, this has been the second of 2 videos for effective graphs. I hope this has helped.